Live clean, eat cleaner. The only natural and patented produce wash. Eat Cleaner is a tasteless, odorless, and lab-tested line of food wash and wipes that is up to 99.9% more effective than water in cleaning wax. The only natural, patented produce wash in a 14-day study, applying Eat Cleaner all-natural fruit vegetable wash to a variety of fruit and 100 pure guaranteed vegetables. Also prolongs shelf life up to 5 times longer through a natural blend of fruit acids and antioxidants. This can help save your family on average of over $500 per year, reducing waste and making it easy to get your half plate of fruit and vegetables each day. Eat Cleaner offers a wide variety of solutions for food safety and shelf life extension for consumers, retailers, food service, and operators. USDA bio-based, OMRI listed for use on organic produce, non-GMO, vegan, gluten-free, made in the USA, lab-proven, and patented. So if you want cleaner fruits and veggies, try Eat Cleaner. Check the link in the description section below.
Yeah. Well, all right. Like you always say, welcome, welcome, welcome. Number one sports talking D. We ain't like the Falcons, we won't blow the lead. Look, all we talk is who that, who got cut and who back. Rookies and the vets, players you should look at. It's the sports coma, you don't wanna miss it. Got the pre-game, party, post-game statistics. Get a visit from Sway, maybe DC or Fly. It's the hottest thing smoking, Big Q and the guys. Go to YouTube Live, make sure you subscribe. Interviews inside the Saints locker room high. Talk to Drew, Jordan, Zach, Peyton, New Orleans, who that nation. Best believe when I say we bleed gold and black. Ain't a miracle or rivalry could ever hold us back. No, Beastquake, Bounty Gate, let the truth be told. It's the sports coma, all we know is say Super Bowl. Yeah.
You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys on the PRO Media Network.
Who that to the black and gold family, man. Much love to the great Saint Think Tank, the entire Who Dat Nation. We in the building. Much love. Thank y'all for joining us for another installment of the Sports Coma. We in the building. Much love to the great Saint Think Tank. I salute you. Welcome to the show today. Hope you guys had a fantastic hump day. Hump day is it's over with. We heading into I hope you had a fantastic. It was kind of rainy at first yesterday, man. I hope y'all were all right in the area. A lot of rain yesterday. But it's all right. We drying out right now. So much love to the great Saint Think Tank. Appreciate y'all being in here. And like I've been saying for some time now, welcome, welcome, welcome. You're now rocking with the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys, where we have intense, entertaining, educating, and enlightening sport talk from your favorite sports family. I'm Big Q chiming in on this side of things. Much love to you guys. Thank y'all for being here as we get going in the great Saint Think Tank. I appreciate the family members. I thank you all for being here as well. In the stream, much love to the family members. Appreciate y'all being here as well as we get going. So in this episode of the Coma, man, big ups to everybody. Thank y'all for being here. As we follow up with this one called TSC Saints Need More Help and More, please feel free to hit upon the like button. Please feel free to subscribe if you aren't a member of the great Saint Think Tank. Appreciate you guys to hit the subscribe button as well as we get going in this one. So big ups to the family members. Appreciate you kindly for being here as we always start out. Who that to the great Saints Think Tank and the rest of the Sports Coma family. JT, who that to you? Brother Byron, who that to you? Pelicans Nola, who that to you? Let's see what else we got there. Revolt Control. What's up, Revolt? Big ups to you, fam, as well. What's up, fam? Good to see you in the chat. Ghost, who that to you? Ghost, J Stick Jefferson, what's up, fam? Who that to you? Brother Tragic's in the building as well. Jai Williams, who that to you? Gabriel Thomas, who that to you? Josh Goat 23, who that to you? Torrey Shepard Sr., who that to you? What's up, brother Torrey? Jai Williams as well. I just hollered at a job. Shedrick, brother Shedrick's in the building as well. Who that to you, brother Shedrick? 504 Hot Boy, who that to you, fam? I know it's been a while. Good to see you in the chat, fam. Much love to you and Yearns, as well as we keep going. And this one, Swag Fan is in the building. What's up, Swag Fan? Who that to your family? Bobby Walker. What's up, Bobby? Who that to your fam? As well, Slim South 504. What's up, baby? Who that to you? Good to see you in the chat, fam. Much love to you. Uncle Paulie's in the building. What's up, Brother Paul? All right, Alex. What's up, Alex? Brother Alex in the building as well. Who that to you, Brother Alex? And all of the great Saint Think Tank family members, we appreciate you for being here on this Wednesday episode of Wednesday Saints Talk, baby. What's up, Brother Dedrick? Brother Dedrick's in the building as well. Who that to you, fam? Appreciate y'all all for stopping by for the coma, baby. What's happening? What's popping? So with that being said, fam, we'll get into some of the news and notes. What's up, Wendell? Who that to you, fam? Good to see you in the chat as well. We'll get into some of the news and notes of what's happening today. I got several articles that I'm going to cover with the great Saint Think Tank family members today. I'll try not to keep you too long. I try not to keep you too long, baby. Baby, listen, I ain't going to keep it too long, baby. I promise, baby. I promise, baby. All right. Big ups to you. All right. Says, if you ain't in the great Saint Think Tank, I just don't know what you're doing with your life. Well, thank you for that 504 hot boy. What's up, Colorado? Who that to you, fam? Doing good. How was your day, Colorado? Hope you had a pretty good day, too, as well. What's up, brother Neville? Neville's in the building as well. Good to see you in the chat as well. Much love to you. All right, so big ups to the family members, first and foremost. You know I'm big on that. Superstar Louisiana boy. What's happening, fam? Who that to you? Good to see you in the chat. And, you know, I'm big on acknowledgement of the family members, the great Saint Think Tank, and the Who Dat Nation, in my opinion, is the greatest a group of people in the world to me. You know, that's why we get here every day almost, and we have a conversation, we have fun, we are entertained, we talk about the team we love, and we share some life lessons as well. You know, the great Saint Think Tank is the truth, in my opinion, man. I absolutely love you guys, and I appreciate you guys spending time with me in this one. So with that being said, please hit the like button, family. It helps out the stream. In this one, there are several news, notes, and items I want to cover on this side of the show. And of course, you know, it's some stuff going on with the Saints as well. As we know, the draft is concluded. We know that the draft has concluded. And of course, now that the draft is over with, we've got our draft picks. We have our undrafted guys. So we kind of have a direction of where we see the team going. Prior to the draft, we knew, looking at the roster, that ultimately the Saints would have to fix up on the defense. They would have to add some talent to the defense. And we're going to get in that today. So we're going to cover that. We're going to also cover remaining Saints team's needs after the draft. We'll talk about what Brett Favre said about Aaron Rodgers. We'll also talk about Josh Hill, what he did today. We also talk about the Saints. More information's leaking out about the black and gold, what they try to do in the draft. And they were really trying to move and shake, according to these reports that are leaking out after the fact, that what Peyton and was trying to do. We'll talk about the assigned numbers of some of these guys that's coming on the team. And of course, I will cover and show the family members the Saints depth chart, unofficial depth chart as it stands right now. So you'll see all of the entire roster. And I like doing it because what it does is it gives the great Saint Think Tank an opportunity to see what their roster look like. Now, there's not an official one yet, obviously, but I have an unofficial depth chart that is very accurate. Well, as far as the players are concerned, some of the players there need to be moved around a bit, but it is a close to accurate representation of what we have currently, unofficially anyway. Ramsey, who that to you? Aloha to you, Ramsey, out there in paradise. Good to see Ramsey in the building as well. Colorado says, who do you want to play against the Saints 3 first? He said, well, who do you want to play against the Saints 3 first game of the year? Now, I know I think the schedule is out. I hadn't get a chance to decipher and break down the schedule, but I know the NFC South teams, will probably get a chance to chomp at them a bit. I'm really excited about getting into the NFC South. I want to see what the Tampa Bay Buccaneers got. I want to see what Atlanta has, and I want to see what Carolina's going to produce. Now, before I go further, I'd like to give a shout out to a good folk, very good folk of mine, good family members as well. A Big Low Country podcast. I was on Big Low's show last night. It's posted in the community section of this platform, family. If y'all want to go and show Big Low some love. We had some fun, man. Big Low's a real cool dude. He got his wife is real nice. They're real family orientated over there. Great dude, real solid individual. It was an honor and privilege to go on Big Low's podcast last night. We had a ball, a blast. He's an Atlanta guy. I'm a black and gold guy. So we had some talks, and it just goes to show you that black and gold and red and black people can sit in the room without trying to kill each other. A lot of respect between the family. What's up, Who That King? Good to see you in the chat as well. So if y'all want to check that show out, you can feel free to go to the community section. The link is at the very top, and then you can peep the show. We had a lot of fun last night, and I appreciate the family members who popped up there live last night to show Big Low some love as he's building his platform over there. You know what I'm saying? So big ups to the family members. Real cool dude. Okay, so with that being said, fam, we're going to get right into the show here, and we're going to get into it. So like I said, please feel free to hit the like button if you hadn't already hit it. Subscribe. If you hadn't subscribed, I will recognize you and put you before the Great Saint Think Tank and shout you out. And also, please feel free to hit the bell as well. So with that being said, we're going to get right on into this now. All right, as you can see, we're going to cover about 6 articles. And like I said, I'm not going to try to keep you guys that long in this one here. But, you know, we're going to talk some Saints for at least an hour or so. At least an hour. At least probably about 70 minutes or so. Top remaining Saints teams need after the 2021 NFL draft. And we'll go over this. But before I get into this article, let me just say that the reason, you know, it's really boggling to my mind that we still have not addressed the issue in terms of money. Meaning that if we wanted to sign free agents, you're not going to be able to sign a goddamn person because you ain't got no money. You ain't got no money. So how you gonna sign somebody if you don't have any money? And that's what I'm talking about when it comes down to Coach Payton and Mickey Loomis waiting as long as they have. They should have signed somebody. They should have signed something. I mean, well, they could have signed somebody, but they didn't sign or issue the extensions out to Ramczyk, Lattimore, or extend Marcus Williams if you're going to keep them to free up money, at least with Ramczyk and Lattimore. We know those two are not going anywhere. That could have freed up at least $15 million, so you could have been prepared to attack free agency at the back end of the draft when you got your college free agents and everybody. You could have moved forward and did what you had to do. So with that being said, as we move forward, now you have to wait for them to sit here and get the contract work done before you're a player in free agency after the draft, which the truth be told is Casey Hayward's no longer available. He was sucked up by the Raiders. So Casey Hayward's off the board. That happened yesterday. So we don't have Casey Hayward no more. He's not an option. And that's what I'm saying about at times watching the Saints. To me, it's really just, you know, kind of off-putting at times. Because what happened with Drew Brees shouldn't have happened with Drew Brees. We shouldn't have waited for Drew to see what he was going to do. I knew that his body could not continue to go. I knew he couldn't go on into next season. He took a beat in his past season. You know? And we didn't have a solid plan in place. And Jameis will play for 1 year and probably bounce 2 because he's going to command top dollar pay, doing the same thing Teddy Bridgewater did. He's going to bank out and then go because the Saints don't have the money to be able to re-sign. And remember, the Saints coming up off 15 to 20 free agents next year as well. They can't sign anybody. That's why they plan a compensatory pick game. They're trying to fill a team up with young people. But see, what I'm saying is, at times, more times than not, we've not been proactive enough. Drew gave you 40. He played into his 40s, his early 40s. You should have been looking for a replacement, a serious replacement, somebody you could groom with him when he was in his late 30s. But we waited, and Drew basically gave up. His body gave up. He couldn't compete no more, which forced our hand to say, okay, let's go after Jameis, which Jameis said, nah, just give me a 1 year deal. And I'm going to ball out with the Saints and then hit the free agency next year and get paid. Saints, can the Saints afford him? We'll see. I say no. That's why Ian Book is here. That's why the Saints, and if you go and look back all these confirmed reports, CBS and ESPN otherwise were saying that the Saints was aggressively trading to try to land quarterbacks, cornerbacks, and they couldn't get nowhere. I covered that on the previous show, and in this show, I'm gonna show you another report that the Saints were aggressively trying to move into the top 10 to acquire not only trying to get a quarterback from Alabama in the previous show, but also trying to get cornerbacks as well, like Surtain and J.C. Horn. They couldn't get up there. So that we're going to get into this. The money is the problem. Saints don't have no money to do anything with. They should have got those extensions done. They should have been signed those extensions on Ramcheck and let them all know what the hell they waiting on. But that should have been done. So we could have had this money here so we can go at free agency and get what we need to get. Because Peyton knows, and he said in the previous report, that they are not done adding people to the team. What, are they going to add more undrafted guys? Maybe. But probably cheaper or veterans as well that's going to help. So with that being said, let's move into this thing, man. The Saints could compete with any team in the NFL with the roster they put together. They're approaching the 90-man roster limit after the draft and after the initial waves of free agency, but they still have room to improve. So where should they start now that their 2022 compensatory picks are protected? Let's dig in. Well, I mean, now that the picks are protected, that means they don't have to wait no more to try to see if they can add talent while they don't want to mess with their compensatory pick model. So what does that mean? What does that mean? Well, all of the sign people, you got to have money. I mean, you knew the dateline for the compensatory pick, granted. You knew what it was going to be. Why didn't you have the money available there? I mean, it's just asinine to me because you're going to miss out to a degree. And Casey Hayward was there. We missed out on Casey Hayward. That was a good cornerback we missed out on. But anyway, cornerback, that's the biggest need according to this article by Saints Wire. This is still a need to address position, even with Paulson Adebo drafted in third round as high as the ceiling. Ball hawk, the rookie shouldn't be asked to start right away. This is what he's saying. And the Saints could use more depth out of the boundary, considering both of their backups cross-trained at other spots in the secondary. Patrick Robinson's work as slot corner, and P.J. Williams moved to safety last year. Remember, Patrick Robinson is often injured and ineffective at times. When he plays pretty decently, but he's dealing with hamstring issues. He's in his middle 30s, and I think he's washed, to be honest with you. I'm just going to keep it real. P.J. Williams was moved to free safety because P.J. Williams cannot play cornerback. He has zero coverage ability. So with that being said, they moved him to safety thinking that would hide some of his coverage deficiencies. But guess what? Finally, and at times, safeties have to cover too, So, we'll see how that all shakes. But adding a starting quality corner could take some pressure off of Debo and improve the overall unit, which is something we've been saying for a while. But the reality is Casey Hayward's gone to the Raiders. They plucked him off. Richard Sherman has no interest in playing with the Saints, he says. And there are other options out there, and we'll go over a few of those. It's just tricky finding a veteran who still has the wheels and smarts to compete while agreeing to the narrow price point New Orleans can budget for the position. The Saints can't make any sort of splashy signing until they free up salary cap room and extensions with other players. But maybe the deteriorating free agent market helps them out. Casey Hayward Raiders deal is worth only about $4 million. They don't even have that. That's a steal for Casey Hayward. But he's not there anymore because the Saints don't have any money because they were sitting on their ass during this whole period. Mickey Loomis didn't have to scout anybody. We got a whole team of scouts. Why didn't you get these contracts done so we can get some of these players here so we can keep the ball moving? It's a bit of dragging ass that's going on here is what I'm saying, man. Let's get up off your ass and let's get these extensions done so we can free up this money so we can sign some of these people that we need so we can free up money so we can make moves to improve the team. We need some more help on the defensive line. We could use some help there. We definitely could use a veteran there in the secondary. We could use a veteran wide receiver. It wouldn't hurt. Let's keep it going. Best remaining free agents: Richard Sherman, Steven Nelson, and Bashaud Breeland. Now, Sherman, we know what Sherman wants. He wants between $7 and $8 million a year. Saints simply don't have that. Steven Nelson is a guy that could be a good spot. A good player for the Saints. Right now, as it stands, the Saints have zero interest in Steven Nelson. And Breeland's been a guy that's been on free agency for a while. He'll be a good addition there. He has some injury history, but he's still, in my opinion, better than Patrick Robinson and P.J. Williams as a corner. But he could probably be the cheapest of the options, but Bashaud Breeland is not a starter. He's more like a backup veteran, in my opinion. Nelson can come in and start for you, but it's getting low and low and low in terms of you're looking for starting level cornerbacks, how far are you going to wait? Unless the Saints try to do some kind of trade, which I doubt. But they have not freed up the money. They only have just what, $600,000? You know, it's just gets to the point. It's ridiculous. How you gonna sign any of these veterans, a starting level veterans, if you have $600,000? That's just foolish. Free up do the extensions and free the money up. We had all the time in the world to do that. Why the dragging ass going on? I just don't understand that. Defensive tackle. We're in a weird spot here. The Saints have not adequately replaced Rankins and Brown, but they've got some promising depth coming along in Jalen Dalton, who's getting first-team reps in training camp last year before a season-ending injury cut him down. And Bronson, their top-paid rookie free agents, it's enough to push backups like Roach and Glasgow off the roster, but maybe not enough to keep the top of the depth chart in contention each week. Right now, Onyemata is the only interior defender with much NFL experience. He's played 1,164 snaps over the last 2 years, with Shai Tuttle a distant runner-up with 666 snaps, weird number. Roach totaling 233 snaps, a rookie in 2020. Fortunately, there's a glut of candidates waiting for a call. It shouldn't surprise anyone if the Saints bring in a veteran to solidify a position group going through so many changes. As with other free agents, though, the money involved is concerned. Best remaining free agents: Geno Atkins, son of Gene Atkins, former Saints safety, played with the Dome Patrol. Kawan Short, former Panther, who had some injuries, but he was a beast when he was good. And Bo Allen, who kind of moved around with the Bengals. I think he did a stint with the Chargers. But Geno Atkins would not be a bad fit with him. Now, he's talking about Jalen Dalton. He didn't mention the guy Tanu from Kansas City as a potential interior tackle candidate. That's why he's saying that these guys at the defensive tackle position could use a free agent veteran, which it can. But Tanu is not going to be a defensive end. That's what they're looking at. They're looking at a depth chart that's saying that he's going to be an end. I disagree with that. I don't think that guy comes from Kansas City, where he was starting at, and they wanted him there to come to the Saints to be a backup behind Davenport. Absolutely not. That don't make any sense. And also remember that Tanu can play defensive tackle. He played it with Kansas City. So he plays inside and outside, but he's 6'7", 290 pounds. Put it together. And the Saints just drafted a defensive end to go with Granderson as a backup and Peyton Turner. You still thinking Tanu's going to be a defensive end? Absolutely not. And to me, Tanu slides inside with Onyemata. We'll see how that shapes as camp. We'll see what goes on at camp, but that's my call. All right, Geno Atkins would be either one of these guys would be a good veteran addition to the team. But, you got to come off some money here. And then a receiver. Where's Emmanuel Sanders' replacement? There is no replacement for Emmanuel Sanders. Traquan Smith is the dude. See, a lot of these people are disrespecting Traquan Smith. That's what's going on. A lot of people don't believe in Traquan Smith. That's why Coach Payton, he had an opportunity to take wide receivers. He passed on Terrace Marshall Jr., who went to Carolina, by the way. He had an opportunity to get the replacement if there was a replacement to get for Emmanuel Sanders. There is no replacement for Emmanuel Sanders. It's Traquan Smith. Coach Payton is making that clear that Traquan's in the final year of his deal. He drafted him in the third round out of Central Florida so he could pair him next to Michael Thomas. And he finally gets an opportunity to see what them two guys can do together in Traquan's final year on his rookie deal. So that's why there is no Emmanuel Sanders replacement. If there is a veteran wide receiver that's going to come, it probably won't be one that'll push Traquan Smith for that starting position. The Saints are going to rely on these young guys to come along, the Deontay Harris, the Marquez Callaways, and if such. But if a veteran comes in my opinion, it'd probably be a guy like an Austin Carr, somebody like that. I would like to see a Golden Tate come in for the slot position, all this kind of stuff, but I just don't think that's probably going to happen. I would love to see it. I would definitely love to see it. But let's go over. The Saints waited until closing minutes of the 7th round to pick a receiver. Quan Baker joins a crowded group, and he's mostly a special teams guy, in my opinion. The Saints only have 2 candidates with multiple seasons of starting experience behind Thomas, and that's Traquan Smith. Another weapon would be nice, and affordable free agents are plentiful. Also, keep an eye on tight end. The Saints have had multiple tight ends catch 15-plus passes every year since 2013. Troutman is their only receiving threat at the position. Vanette has caught just 9.6 passes per year, and the other options are Griffin and Wolf and undrafted rookie Dylan Soner. They have combined for 3 NFL receptions altogether, including the playoffs. If Troutman struggles with the heavier workload, they can look awful thin behind him. Now, let's use our imagination, shall we? That's what make the Great Saint Think Tank really intelligent. What's up, brother Lamar? Good to see you in the chat, brother Tramal. What really makes the Great Saint Think Tank so excellent is because we look behind the stuff. You know what I'm saying? That 3-dimensional looking that we always talk, 3-dimensional vision, that thinking process to look at things in a multitude of different ways. Now we know that the Saints are not going to be lacking at the tight end position. How do we know? Because Coach Payton has several different players that he could throw at the tight end position. We talking about we talking about Armah. Remember Armah, the Saints signed the fullback, and I kept telling family members, Alex Armah is a tight end that can do it. He's a fullback, but he can play running back for you. He can be an H-back for you. He can slide out and play tight end for you. He even athletic enough to play in the slot for you. So if they need a tight end and they're not using the fullback in certain packages, they can use Alex Armah in that role. There's also Juwan Johnson, which word on the street is that the Saints are looking at him to possibly be a tight end in a certain position. Remember, last year, Coach Payton was using Juwan Johnson, the big 6'3", 230-pound wide receiver out of Oregon, in packages last year when he was blocking to help the running game out. Y'all remember that? He got a lot of opportunities to get out there and block. He didn't catch the ball much, but he got an opportunity to get out there and block because he can block his ass off. So if we can use our imagination here, we can see what we need to do. And I don't think the Saints are going to go and bring in a tight end that's going to come in and challenge, Vanette for that position. Payton gave Vanette, who's an Ohio State guy, by the way, a 3-year contract. Now, Armah is better than Vanette, in my opinion, but he gave Vanette the 3-year deal. What the hell? But that's how this size roll. That just shows you that how Armah gets a 1-year deal and Vanette gets a 3-year deal. How that work? But that just goes to show you how he's enthralled with some guys versus other guys, but the versatility that Armah has can be used in different ways, and not to mention Taysom Hill could be also used in the tight end role as well. So we use the Great Saint Think Tank Grand Collective. We could put stuff together. You don't really need to go and get no other tight end. If you really won't need it, thank you, Lamar. Thank you for your super chat, fam. Appreciate that. Thank you, brother Lamar. All right, Philanthrodocs, who that to you? What's up, brother Derek? Good to see you in the chat as well. Brian, what's up, fam? So, what I'm saying is, for the most part, is we don't really need no tight end. Now, I was pushing for Virgil Hill. I was pushing for Jesse James. I was pushing for those type of guys, but we ended up with Vanette. So any other guy behind Vanette, more than likely, is going to be an undrafted guy, or Juwan Johnson, Alex Armah, Taysom Hill. Take your freaking pick on tight ends. We straight on the tight ends. We don't need no more tight ends unless injuries occur. Now, he got quarterback up here. The Saints can't afford to stop taking swings at passers until they've thoroughly replaced Breeze, and that they could take a long time, even with Hill and Winston on top of the depth chart with Simeon and Book a ways behind them. They should continue exploring options all along the way up through training camp. It's the single most important position on the team, and it's not an area that can approach with complacency. They aren't likely to find anyone who threatens the guys at the top, but there are enough opportunity to go around. If they can find someone better than Simeon at the agreeable price point, swapping them out is better word. Nick Mullins is interesting. Barkley, Noel, Blake Bartles. Well, that's interesting. Nick Mullins has potential. But the reality is the Saints are going to keep 3 quarterbacks. And Ian Book is going to be on the practice squad. Now, only way this changes is that if one of these guys get hurt and then Coach Payton have to make a move. But remember, it's not like past years. It's different with the practice squad where you're allocated a certain amount of slots on your practice squad where you can put Ian Book on the practice squad and he'll fall under a protection where people can't snatch him off of there. They're allotted a certain amount of designations for certain players on the practice squad where people can't steal them off of there like they did years ago with the running back from Law Tech we had here, Lil Bo, forgot the man name. He with the Eagles right now. Y'all fill in the blank for me. But Simeon is a guy, and the Saints have 3 because of Taysom Hill's propensity, go out there with the wildcat packages and play and doing all that kind of stuff. So you're going to see James, in my opinion, starts. Taysom's going to come in like he did with Drew Brees. So Taysom don't really lose anything. He's still going to get an opportunity to play quarterback, wide receiver, run back. And for you to get the full package, Taysom Hill, plays, and all this kind of stuff, you got to have 3 quarterbacks just in case something happens. You can bring in Simeon, who's a veteran who can play well for you in short minutes or a couple of games here or there. He can ball for you, but not over large periods of time. Simeon catches fire on short stretches, but he is not designed to carry you for an entire season. That's not a part of his game, not this stage of his career anyway. So with that being said, that's the article right there covering the free agency's top remaining Saints teams' needs after the 21 NFL draft. But the issue is these are the free agents and options, but the option is you have no options until you issue out the extensions to open up the money that you was been supposed to do before the draft even came along. I mean, come on. The free agency wasn't really that active, and then they switched to draft. We have a full draft staff. We don't need Mickey Loomis. What was you doing, Mickey? I wanted to travel, Q. I just wanted to travel. I didn't feel like messing around in contracts, I hear you, Mickey, but you got to get up off of there and get that done, bro. You got. Anyway, let's move on to the next one. Brett Favre joke to Aaron Rodgers. Am I going to see you playing for the Saints? Why is he going to say that? Now, remember, we talked about this, and remember, family members told me, and I hate to toot my own horn, but the reality, if I'm right on some stuff and I say, well, I missed on this, but listen, I told a lot of people about this whole Aaron Rodgers thing. I even covered it on the side when we were talking about Aaron Rodgers, is that the fact that Aaron Rodgers didn't like what they did last year when they took that quarterback. What's his name? I forgot the little quarterback they took. Jordan Love. When he felt like the Packers wasn't showing him any love. When they took Jordan Love, they didn't tell him that they were selecting Jordan Love. And he told them, and they were in agreement that they were going to put together a draft that was going to help him take the team to the next level. That's what we're told. But then when they get in there and make the draft, the first thing they do is draft the quarterback to replace him. That pissed Aaron Rodgers off. And I told people over the year, I said, listen, Aaron Rodgers is not happy about that. He's not. And then toward the back end of the season, we revisited it. And I remember covering an article about one of his former offensive linemen who was on a radio show who talked about how Aaron Rodgers felt at the end of the season. And he said that Aaron Rodgers was going to do this. And I covered it. And I said it. I said he's going to do it because he's using this as an opportunity to gain leverage. He's coming off an MVP season. So to be hard for them to justify getting rid of him, like, okay, Aaron Rodgers just fell off the cliff. No, he didn't. He just had an MVP season. So how do you get rid of that MVP when he just took you within a stone's throw of where you were supposed to get to? You can't. So their hands are tied to a degree. He knows he's operating with the leverage. So what he's trying to do is he's trying to get that multi-year extension, which they do not want to do, but they so fake and plastic they can't keep it real and trill and tell them, listen, love is the future. You are not. We appreciate what you've done, but listen, we love you, but love is the guy that we trying to take this team to the next 5 to 10 years of pack of football. You see? But see, that's what happened when you don't have no guts and you're a yellow back spineless chicken like some of these GM bastards are that lie to people all the time and say they're going to do something, but then get up there and do something totally different. Like Gettleman in New York talking about, nah, you think I signed Odell Beckham just to trade him? And then right after that, he trades him. Then they say Q is a business. Oh, so they can lie and do whatever the hell they want. But when the players do it, it's a problem? No. It's wrong all the way around, baby. You do what you say you're going to do. And if you don't, come out and say, listen, we can't do it. We got to keep it real. Aaron, we can't pay you that kind of money. We got this quarterback here. He's the future. You are not. We'll do whatever you want to do, whatever team you want to go. We'll trade you. That's how you're supposed to handle it. Don't try to play games with Aaron Rodgers because he know what time it is. Anyway, let's get into the article. Because I told family members, like, no, Aaron Rodgers ain't going nowhere. Bullshit, he ain't going nowhere. I told you Aaron Rodgers is a prideful dude. He's not going to play with you on that. He know the Packers is full of it. That's why they took that quarterback. The trust is broken there, and now he's threatening retirement and all this kind of nonsense. But we'll get into it, though. How does this impact New Orleans? We'll see. Aaron Rodgers' rift with Green Bay Packers has sent his predecessor down radio road to reflect on his own experience and splitting with the team. But Brett Favre is taking it all in stride during an appearance on the Wild and Tausch ESPN radio show. Favre shared his only correspondence with Rodgers during the whole affair. He says, hey, I'm going to see you playing for the Saints this year. Favre says jokingly asked Rodgers in a text message per the Green Bay Press Gazette's Ryan Wood. Now, Favre quoted Rodgers' response, adding, hey, buddy, I don't believe that's going to happen. Favre grew up as a Saints fan in South Mississippi, where he still lives in retirement, so it makes sense for him to link Rodgers to New Orleans. You never know how it goes. But the Saints don't have any money, and they don't have anything to trade with in Green Bay right here, pretending like they don't want to trade him. The Saints couldn't fit Rodgers' contract as it's currently written in the books, even if they wanted to. You have to think Peyton would be eager to work with Rodgers if given a chance. Right now, the Saints are going to enter training camp with Winston and Hill competing at the starting quarterback, while Simeon defends the crucial role of holding the starters a Microsoft Surface tablet from rookie draft pick Ian Book. Until the Saints now know they have their heir to Drew Brees, they'll continue turning over stones and kicking the tires on quarterbacks from every corner in the NFL. They explore trades targeting Darnold and Jones, and other attempted moves probably haven't been reported. Just don't bet on Rodgers wearing a black and gold fleur-de-lis if Green Bay does end up parting ways with him. Saints money is funny, baby. The money is funny with the Saints right now. If they really wanted to, they could do that. They could put players together to make the contracts match so they can move them. But it's hard to see that happening because that takes a lot of imagination for them to do that. And we'll see. Will it be awesome to have Aaron Rodgers as your quarterback for another 3 years or so? But then if you get him, you remember he wants an extension, so you would have to pay him an extension, which means you would have to clear out some heavy contracts to fit him in here. So, I mean, it's possible. Anything's possible if you have the imagination and the will to do it. You can make it happen. But it's all on Green Bay and the Saints. And I don't think Green Bay is willing to get rid of him. And I know damn sure they're not trying to send him to the Saints in the NFC. If there is an option for trading him, it will be to the AFC, where he's not a component or a hindrance to what they're doing. Green Bay would not dare trade Aaron Rodgers to the Saints. That's like giving the Saints 3 Super Bowls. 2 Super Bowls. You got Jordan Love, got to match up. No, absolutely not. If Green Bay does trade Aaron Rodgers, it would be out to the AFC, excuse me. I don't see them doing it in the NFC unless they're crazy. You never know nowadays with these general managers. All right, next article for Times Picayune right here. Longtime Saints tight end Josh Hill opts to retire weeks after signing with the Lions. That's right, Josh Hill is retiring. This is covered by Amy. Former New Orleans Saints tight end Josh is retiring from the NFL, according to a report by the Detroit Free Press. Hill, who's 30 years old, was preparing for his first season in the league outside New Orleans as he signed with Detroit and his former position coach Dan Campbell back in March. The Saints had released him a few days prior due to salary cap restraints. Before signing with Detroit, Hill had been with the Saints since they signed him as an undrafted free agent out of Idaho State in 2013. He appeared in 117 games, starting 61 of those and amassed over 1,000 yards receiving with 15 touchdowns. Hill has been a model of consistency throughout his 8 seasons with us, Peyton said in March news release. He has been reliable, selfless, and filled numerous roles for us, oftentimes on the fly and in the middle of games, filling each role at very high level. We appreciate everything he's done for our team and know he will have continued success as he moves forward. In 2020, Hill had 8 catches on 10 targets for 46 yards, 1 touchdown. He played in 14 games, missing 2 due to unrelated injuries. He was out with a concussion in the first contest against the Falcons, then missed the regular season finale against the Panthers due to a hand injury. Hill played a vital role for the Saints as a blocking tight end when Hill left the game at Tampa Bay Buccaneers in 2019. Seton Payton likened losing him to losing your front door. He did a lot of really good stuff for the black and gold. He really did. He was really a pass-catching tight end when he first came to the Saints, but he worked on his blocking game and being turned in one of the best blockers the Saints had. He was really phenomenal. You know, he was supposed to be the guy that was supposed to take over the tight end position. That's one thing Josh Hill couldn't do when they got rid of Ben Watson the first time. Josh Hill was supposed to step into that role, but he deflated. He could not handle it. And ultimately they realized that he was just a backup tight end. He was more comfortable with that role. So with big ups to Josh Hill as he goes into retirement, man, at 30 years of age, man, let me tell you something. My man probably made some money. Go enjoy your family. You know, football is a hard sport, man. It's a hard sport. All right, let's move on to the next one right here. It's the Saints did try to trade into the NFL's top 10 with a cornerback in mind. Here's what happened. This is covered by Amy, as well as more of the stories come out about what the Saints try to do during the draft. The biggest position of need this offseason for the Saints had been cornerback. So when the Saints were trying to make a splash in the NFL draft by swinging a deal with a team inside the top 10, the general manager consensus believed that New Orleans was on the hunt for one of the top 2 cornerbacks in the class, South Carolina's J.C. Horn and Alabama's Patrick Surtain. Coach Payton revealed as much on Wednesday during an interview with Rich Eisen when he said there were a couple of players that we'd move up for. And for us, we had a must at cornerbacks. Payton said there were 2 corners graded, both Horn and Surtain, real high grades. And very quickly, early in the week, it's pretty common for teams to say, hey, we have an interest. Everyone's basically open for business. But ultimately, there wasn't a team wanting to move out of the first 10 picks. Payton added later, there really wasn't much interest at all in anyone moving out. And our mindset at the start was for a corner. And we saw that wasn't going to happen quickly. Then we just stayed right where we were at. By the time the dust had settled, New Orleans was left without a trade partner, and Carolina drafted Horn at number 8. Denver got Surtain at 9. Saints ultimately drafted defensive end Peyton Turner at 28 and traded up in the 3rd round to select cornerback on Friday, bringing in Stanford's cornerback Paulson Adebo. So with that being said, the Saints were considering moving up to go and get Surtain or J.C. Horn. So the big need, but then, they couldn't get those 2 guys. So the Saints said, you know what? Let's just take Peyton Turner. Damn. So there wasn't a cornerback that you liked that you could have, if you couldn't get inside the top 10, there wasn't value at moving up into 15 to get somebody. But listen, it happened the way it happened, and it's fine, man. It's just when you hear these stories and you hear what they say, it's like, okay, could you have done this, that, and this is a bunch of variables start kind of rolling through my mind, because that's a good swing from I'm trying to get into the top 10 to get J.C. Horn and Patrick Surtain Jr. Oh, never mind. I'm gonna stay at 28 and get Peyton Turner. It's a big different mind swing right there. You know what I mean, fam? Big different mind swing in my opinion. And of course, let's go to this one. This is from Luke Johnson from Tom's Picking Unit as well. Saints assign uniform numbers to their 2021 draft class, and let's see what they got. The 6 members of New Orleans Saints draft class to appear to have made their sartorial selections regarding which number will appear on their professional uniforms. Latest roster on the Saints website include uniform numbers for the Saints' 6 drafted rookies, but not the undrafted guys. Linebacker Peyton Werner was the only member of the Saints draft class to take advantage of the NFL revamped position rules regarding uniform number options, choosing to continue wearing number 20 he wore in college. Previous linebackers were limited to 40 to 59 and 90 to 99, so he's going to wear number 20. Here are the uniform numbers chosen by the Saints 21 draft class. Defensive end Peyton Turner will wear number 98. That's Sheldon Ranker's old number. Pete Werner wears number 20. Defensive back Paulson Adebo wears number 29. That's old Sammy Knight's old number. Ian Book's going to wear Joe Montana's 16. How about that? Offensive tackle Landon Young is going to wear number 67. And receiver Quan Baker is going to put on number 14. So there you go. So when you start seeing all these weird numbers running around, that's your draft picks. All right. And then, of course, we're going to get into the unofficial depth chart that's provided by OurLads.com, which is showing you off top. This is the unofficial Saints depth chart, offense, defense, special teams. If you study upon this list, you'll see right here that a lot of not only the draft picks were added, but also the undrafted guys were added to this list. So you can see the offense here. Mike Thomas, Traquan Smith, Taron Armstead, Andrews Pete, McCoy. I think McCoy and Ruiz switches spots. Ramczyk and here is on the opposite side. Vanette is not going to start over Troutman. They got to change that. And Hill, and in my opinion, does not start off for Jameis Winston. I think Winston wins over the job. And of course, you go to the backup seat: Callaway, Deontay Harris, Hurst, and let's stick with the wide receivers: Marquez, Deontay Harris, Juwan Johnson, LaJordan Humphries is there, Jake Lampman, Jalen McCleskey, and Quan Baker, the 7th-round wide receiver. Offensive line here, you see James Hurts there, Derek Kelly II, Will Clapp, Kelvin Throckmorton, and Landon Young is sitting behind. They got him penciled in behind Ramczyk. So we'll see how, and that makes sense there to have him penciled behind, but he's second right here. And of course, you see Christian Montano, Michael Brown, and Ethan Greenwich. So they moved Turner. Turner leapfrog Greenwich. Greenwich was awful last year. I got to just say that. He was absolutely awful last year. Took a major step back. And of course, you take a look at the tight ends. You see Vanette, Adam Troutman. You see Griffin, Wolf, and then Soner there. You see the quarterbacks lining up with Ian Book over Trevor Siemian. And that means nothing. Kamara, Murray, Dwayne Washington, Ty Montgomery, Tony Jones Jr., Stevie Scott III, who's the undrafted guy the Saints pick up. Watch out for this bowling ball right here. They go on defense, which will a lot of the smoke happen. You see Cam there. You see Davenport on the opposite end. You see Onyemata here, and they got Shy Tuttle here. And they got Tanu, the guy they picked up from Kansas City, as a backup to Davenport, Turner here, and Granderson way back here. That's wrong. This guy is going to be sitting here, watch, when training camp starts. This dude is going to be an interior defensive lineman. They got him at end. That's wrong. Turner backs up Peyton, and Granderson does get behind Davenport. Then you see Malcolm Roach, Glasgow. You see Bronson there. Jalen Dalton, who get an opportunity to shine. They like his size, 6'6", 300 pounds. Just couldn't stay healthy. And, of course, you go down to the linebacker. You see DeMario here in the middle. You see Zach Bowen here. And then you see Pete Werner there in the 4-3 package. Both Bowen and Warner start next to DeMario Davis. But the nickel package happens. Bowen and DeMario there, unless Werner unseats him. We'll see. Behind him, Caden Ellis, Wynton McManus, Dowell, Hanson, and Shaq Smith, the guy they got from Maryland. A lot of prospects here in special teams, guys. You remember, we need to, a lot of these guys have to get on special teams and help out there and help with the speed and hitting on special teams as well, because we were really slow and awful there last year. And then, of course, we get into the secondary, which is the biggest area of need. You see Laddie Daddy right here. Opposite of him, they got Patrick Flippin Robinson starting there. That is totally wrong. If it's really the truth, Paulson Adebo stands right here next to Lattimore as well. And then you see Malcolm Jenkins, Marcus Williams there at safety. Behind them, they got Chauncey Gardner-Johnson there because they don't have a third nickel slot set up on this draft board. On this roster board. But Chauncey Gardner-Johnson is the nickel back. He will remain at the nickel position. So it'll be basically Adebo or Lattimore, Adebo, and Chauncey Gardner-Johnson unless they added somebody to the fray. P.J. Williams is at a safety. J.T. Gray, they got Trill Williams listed as a safety here, and Eric Burrell, the young defensive back safety out of Wisconsin. Keep your eye on both these guys, Trill Williams and Eric Burrell. Like them a lot. And this Bryce Thompson dude is pretty good too. He's been undersized at 5'10", but he's going to be spicy for them. You got Keith Washington Jr., who I like a lot from last year. And we're going to see, man. They got Trill listed as a safety. That's not a bad call. Thank you, Tasha, for your super chat, baby. Appreciate you. Say who that found. Just wanted to say congrats to you, Q. And Bigelow on the awesome show last night. Q, you represented the black and gold well. Much love, fellas. All right. Thank you, Tosh. Appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah, and it's a good show, man. We went over there and we had some fun, man, with Bigelow and the rest of the Falcon people over there, man. Of course, I had to drop my knowledge about that. It's strange. Let me share this with the family. I asked Lowe, who's a Falcon man, about how do he feel about Fontenot, who's a Saints man, an all Louisiana guy. He grew up in Louisiana. He went to school, university at Tulane. He basically started up from the flow up as a guy for the Saints organization, worked from the bottom up to the position that he was. So he was raised by the Saints. And he was a black and gold to the core, and now he's a member of their team as a general manager. How do they feel about that? And they consider him a spy. And a lot of the people Lowe was saying they don't have much of an issue with Fontenot being a general manager, even though he comes from the Saints. Well, I said, y'all are a lot more mature than my ass. I said, because if that was me, I would be telling you that whatever success that you get from that guy, you attribute that to the Who Dat Nation, which basically makes your organization it makes you a colony of the Who Dat Nation. You have been conquered. You have been conquered, and you're now a province of the Who Dat Nation. That's why the black and gold family members don't be getting all mad about the Atlanta Saints no more, all right? No more. They have been taken over from the inside. They've been thoroughly infiltrated by Who Dat. It all started with them stealing the name of our stadium off of there and bringing it out there. And now it's general manager now. We can't win on our own. We need a black and gold man to help us win. There's something about that just ain't right, baby. In the words of old dry ass Keith Sweat, something just ain't right. But that's what I'm saying about that. But I could never live that down. I'm going to keep it real with you. Anyway, going to the special teams, Blake Gillikin and Nolan Cooney are going to compete for the punter job. You got Will Lutz, Zach Wood, and the rest of those guys there. And I really, and to kind of look at Deontay Harris and Marquez Callaway as kick returners, punt returners, I think Quan Baker has something to say about that. Perhaps Jalen McCleskey I think the Saints are going to try, and this is just me, I think the Saints are going to try to give a promotion to Deontay Harris so he can get into that position of that third wide receiver. I think they want to see more of him as a wide receiver, less of as a kick returner, because the Saints have several people they added to the roster, that can help you in that capacity. Jalen McCleskey, Quan Baker, this other nickelback that they pick up. Where is he at? Is Bryce? I think that. Wait, is it Bryce? No, it's not Bryce Thompson. We missing a guy, matter of fact. One of the undrafted guys they missing, who is also a cornerback. He a 5'9" cornerback. His name is not on this list for whatever reason, but he also has great special team capacity as well. You see Alex Armah there operating as a fullback. Don't want to leave him out. So the Saints are very talented, but you can look at this depth chart right now and you can see that the Saints still could use some veteran help in the interior defensive line. Back here, they could use a veteran there. You can use another veteran in the secondary, maybe two of them, one at corner, one at safety, to kind of help push the younger guys. And I can see you could throw in, and they will. They'll bring Carr back and throw him in the mix with the wide receivers as well. So with that being said, the Saints don't need a lot, but they do need to free up cap so they can be able to make a few moves. All right, let's do this. Let's recap, resurmise this thing. Top remaining Saints team needs. We covered that in the show about what was going on with that. We also talked about the article with Brett Favre joking about Aaron Rodgers going to the Saints. We covered that. We talked about Josh Hill retiring weeks after signing with the Lions. And we talked about Saints trying to trade up into the top 10, a report that was issued out. He even talked about it on the Rich Eisen show. We also talked about the numbers that the draft picks are being assigned. They picked their numbers according to the Saints website. Then, of course, we went over the unofficial depth chart as the team stands currently. A few players are out of place, but this is pretty much majority of all the people as you get a look at what the team is going to look like unofficially. So, that's a good thing to kind of keep your eye on. So with that being said, fam, man, listen, it's a lot, man. And I still feel that we need some help there. And they're right. But we're not going to get any help unless we free up some money to get that. And I'm expecting that probably end up happening sooner or later. So we'll see how that shakes, how that moves, how that breaks in the end of the day. But family, listen, if y'all got any questions, concerns, or comments for the last 10 minutes of the show, if you got any questions that you guys want to kick out. What's up, 120 Transport, Big Chipper? Who that to you? What's up, Muse, baby? Who that to Muse? Inevitable, JT and all the family members are in the building. Appreciate y'all being in here. And much love to the mods, man, handling business in here. Somebody got knocked off. Somebody's head got took off. I don't even be seeing whoever be causing problems because the sharpshooters are very rampant in the Great Saint Think Tank. Don't come in here and get smart mouth. They just gonna take all the top of your damn head off in here. They just be looking for stuff. What's up, Derek? He says, get Aaron Rodgers, trade Jameis, give 2 first-rounders, give them Davenport, and give them a cornerback. We just drafted our linebacker. We drafted and pick up Richard Sherman. Damn, that's a lot of movement there, brother. Thank you for that comment there, Derek. All right. Once again, thank the family members for the super chats and cash apps. Much love to y'all. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for that as well. Much love to you. Thank you, Tasha and Lamar and others. All right. And that's what I'm saying, fam. We still got quite the few moves to go. What's up, Brew Man? Who that to you, fam? Brother Derek Cropper says we need to trade for Rodgers. I don't think it happens, man. It's intriguing, but at the end of the day, I don't think it happens. I'm going to just keep it real with you. I don't think it happens. I don't think it happens for a number of reasons. And one of the reasons is I just don't think the Saints going to do that. At one time, probably they would have done that, but I think they're having more of a futuristic outlook at it now moving forward. I don't think Rodgers is on the board for him. And Saints can package players to move and get them. They can do it if they have the imagination. But, I don't know. But the imagination is what I'm questioning with the Saints at times. And their focus, vision is a big thing. Like we should have had a better plan for Drew Brees. We should have had a replacement several years ago. We knew Drew was in his late 30s. We should have had somebody line up. We were fortunate to get Drew to play until when he was 42 years old. Who does that? Who plays till they're 42 and then you still looking for him to come back again? Seriously, bro, where your vision at? The man body quit on you. I knew he was not going to come back. You had to have known something, so I mean, sooner or later we got to fix this, man, because if we don't handle this just right, this could end up bad because a lot of other teams around us are building very dangerous teams. Look at the Arizona Cardinals. You think the Arizona Cardinals are playing? Go look at their free agency in their draft. You think the Cardinals are playing? The Cardinals are coming with everything that they got. We can't be screwing around, man. We got to make sure we plug holes and get ready for the season moving forward. And we can't be marching up budgets of $100 million, being irresponsible with the money. We can't do that, man. We got to be a lot smarter. And I see that's what they're doing. Hopefully we can keep doing that. Brian says, I think the Saints are going to come out with at least a top 12 defense. What are your thoughts? Well, thank you, Brian Hadley. Who that to you? Thank you for your question, fam. I have to agree with you, man. I think a lot of what we're seeing with the Saints defense, I think where they were a top 4, top 5 defense last year, I think they'll drop a bit because of, the players that's stepping up. We got to remember, we lost a lot of great talent. Trey Hendrickson, 13.5 sacks. Sheldon Rankins, who was a monster for us for years. We lose Malcolm Brown, our best nose tackle. So we lose guys like that. We lost Janoris Jenkins, who was our top interceptor of the ball last year. When you lose guys like that, you're going to drop a little bit. And I agree with you. I don't think they drop out of the top 15, but I like top 12. So thank you, Brian, for your question. Good question. Byron says Lattimore shouldn't belong here. Okay, he says Dupree Lattimore. Okay, whoever that is. I guess somebody must have sniped his ass. That's the guy that got knocked off. Hot Boy 506 to get right up. Get right up out of here. You better get out of here. Muse says, yeah, okay, I see. Inevitable says, Q, that whole division is going to be stacked. NFC. I know. That's what I'm saying, man. You got Seattle. They're with Russell Wilson coming back. They did pretty well. Arizona, I just seen Arizona. San Francisco's serious. San Francisco's trying to do some stuff. They had a pretty decent free agency signing, some drafts. Listen, man, we can't be playing around. They got teams that are really building up. And the Saints won the division for 4 years. We cannot become complacent because people are aiming at the Saints. Even though the Saints won the division 4 times in a row, you didn't get the big trophy. So the hell with winning the division 4 years in a row. The hell with winning more games than anybody over the last 4 years if it don't end up with a Super Bowl trophy. What good is it? It's just so we can say we won more games than y'all. But did you end up the trophy? No, but we won more games. It don't mean nothing without the trophy. It doesn't mean anything. None of that stuff. It's all stuff that adds to something. It's like it's like eating a bunch of appetizers. You still hungry. You ain't eating no dinner. You ain't eating no real food. You just got some wings, some small, about 6 wings over here and some bread over here. And you eat that and you sit up there at the table. Wait, where the rest of the food? That's it. There ain't no dinner. The appetizers is dinner. That ain't how it works. The appetizers is just to get you to feed you just enough where you're not too full to eat the main course. That's what it is. Giving me an NFC South crown is an appetizer. I want a Super Bowl. That is the main dish. That's what I'm trying to get the entire Who That Nation to grasp that concept. We've won 4 straight divisional titles with 0 Super Bowls. There's something wrong with that kind of math. That's that old common cold math. It don't work. Thank you, Inevitable, for that. All right, let's keep going. Never says, okay, hold on. Derek says, our division alone is going to be tough. We're not even talking about that. I know they coming for the Saints. I keep saying we can't be complacent. We got to make sure we handle our business. Derek Lewis says, our drafting has been great for the last few years. I trust Peyton to find the gems in the 2nd, 3rd rounds like we've been doing, and we could trade with one of those gems to get a 1st round pick. All right, thank you, Derek, for that. Who That King, what's up, family? Said we have to bounce back like Juve. Tramal says Brady should have not come to our division and won. Brady was coming to New Orleans if it wasn't for Peyton begging Breeze to come back. It was Drew was going to retire, man. That's the official story. Drew was done. He was over with. Sean Payton begged him back and said, please, come back. And then he came back. Now, had Drew retired, Tom Brady said this several times. He was headed to New Orleans. He was waiting to see what Breeze going to do. And if Breeze retired and had hung him up, Tom Brady would have came to New Orleans. That's the official story. And would you have won a Super Bowl? Hell yeah, because the NFL gets down on their hands and knees for Tom Brady. I don't know what he got on him or what's going on, but they love them some Tom Brady. Brian says Arizona's contending this year. They are building a roster for sustainment too. Yep. They looking good, man. I got to give it to them. They've done a special job out there. They really have. 504 Hot Boy says sweep the whole South last year, and I can't even really talk, man. You know what? Byron says, Rodgers, perfect fit for the Saints. He's going to put the team forward to the Super Bowl. I don't think it happens, man. What's up, Ghost? I don't think it happens. What's up, Philanthrodox? He said, I'm graduating this Saturday from JSU. All right. Congratulations to my dog, Philanthrodox, graduating from Jackson State University, baby. Big ups to you, Philanthrodox. Much love, family. And congratulations, man, to your achievement, bro. That is phenomenal, man. And big ups to you. And congratulations on a big life achievement to Philanthrodox, man. Big ups, fam. Byron says, 504. We're still division crowd champs. Nobody can stop us in FC South. We taking over. Muse says, okay, Muse says, see how you handled that. I think, okay, I did just talking. All right, Ghost says Brady would have been in. No, he would have been in. He said that. He was wait. That's what took him a while. He waited on to see what Drew Brees was going to do. And when Drew made his call, that's when he went to Tampa. That's the story. Don't be begging nobody. That old girl don't want you. Don't beg her no more. Leave her alone. You know what I'm saying? Get you a new old girl. That old girl don't want you no more. You let her go. She don't want you no more. That old girl don't want you no more, playboy. That old girl found somebody else, man. And you know what? Ain't nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Maybe y'all was only supposed to be together for a little bit anyway. Maybe she was just supposed to be in there for a certain period of time to teach you some lessons about the real old girl you were supposed to get to, the new old girl. You know, stop begging that old girl. You can say whatever you want. Say that old girl got her mind made up. Leave her ass alone, man. Find you a new old girl. That's what you need to do. And we found us a new old girl, didn't we? And then next year, we might have a new old girl again. All right, big ups, fam. 120 Transport says Brady in New Orleans would have been a slap in the face to Roger Goodell. Yeah, because he couldn't punish the Saints. Because he'd have been like, I can't hammer him because time's there. Oh, Cooler, what's up, fam? Big ups to your brand. Say, yeah, Q, yeah, well, you better believe it. What's up, Godfidence? Big ups to Godfidence. Salute to you, fam. I love that tag, Godfidence. I love that. Yeah. Marcos, who that to you, fam? Good to see you. I'm telling you, leave that old girl alone. She don't want you. You know, you got to find, they got plenty of old girls out there. They got a bunch of new old girls out there. That's my country grammar right there. You know, and they say, Q, what you talking about, girl? You know, if they got my country people up here, they know what that is. They know what that is. All right. Neville says, let me see. Tom, what's up, Tom? How you doing? Tommy in the building. Who that to you? So congratulations. Yeah, let's congratulate that brother, man. Philanthrodox, man. That's a real big achievement, man. Don't take that lightly, my brother. Celebrate that achievement. And that goes to all of the great Think Tank family members who will reach a great achievement in your life. Don't just walk past that like that's nothing. When you overcome something, like if you get out of a rough relationship and you get to a place of peace, celebrate that. Celebrate. We got to celebrate the small victories. You know what I'm saying? We got to, because, and not just the big ones, but the small ones as well, because those are achievements that represent a better life for you and us and everybody around you. When you're accomplished and when you're empowered, that's an air of energy that everybody around you feel off you. It radiates off of you, and people pick up on that, and you become a vestige, or you become a vessel that people watch to improve their lives. Because a lot of times people, not only the best way you can teach somebody is to show them with action as opposed to words. And that's what the thing, like with the children the same way. Children will watch you. You can say whatever you're going to want, whatever you're going to say, but they watch what you do and they learn from your actions more so than what you say in your words, because actions speak louder than words. I got 2 children. Let me tell you something, they wide. And that's why I got to make sure I'm always on my game. I'm always try to stay on code, baby. I got to stay on code because they watching. They watching, baby. They say, Dad, you be doing live streams a lot, Dad. But you got to make sure you be cooking too, baby. I said, listen, let me tell y'all something. First of all, don't steal my Reverend Saint. Second of all, you know, we going to eat good. It's one thing we're going to eat. We're going to eat good. We're going to have some fun. We're going to play some basketball. We're going to do all that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what kind of spirit I am. But you got to watch out. You got to make sure, you know, remember them cheering watching you, man. So, you know, make sure your actions are positive ones and not the opposite. What's up, Chad? Big ups to your fam. Pat, what's up, Patrice? Who that to your fam? Good to see you in the chat. James, what's up, fam? Say there's been many power shifts in NFC and NFL league wide. I'm not comfortable with Werner covering Pitts, but I can't doubt his resume. Watch Peyton have that look on his face against the Falcons. Jabril Cox would have helped out there, wouldn't he? Fellow Drothar says, everybody, I want the Bucks heads this year. We got to get that trophy. Ramsey, who that take? Say, hey, Q, when does rookie minicamp start? Next time on Big Low Show, it's going to be Who Dat Takeover. They had a lot of Who Dats in the building, man. We had a lot of Who Dats over there. A lot of the family members came in. Yeah, and that's something that Old Low said he wanted to do. He was going, he wants to do a hate week with the black and gold family members. But that wouldn't even be fair because Low's like family, man. You know, Low come in here, he's like family, so ain't no hate going on, you know, so that'd be kind of weird. But give me a second, I'm gonna pull up the Saints minicamp dates and share with the family members so the family members know what's coming next. Give me just a second, I'll pull it up here. Give me just a second here. Hold on here. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up. I'm not seeing it. Hold on, let me see. Okay, they're saying the full schedule. That is supposed to, the Saints' full schedule is supposed to be revealed on May the 12th. So you'll have, but we do know who they're supposed to be playing. We just don't know what the dates are. You know, of course, the Falcons, Bucks, and Panthers, but you got the AFC East and NFC East matchups, the Bills, Cowboys, Dolphins, Patriots, Giants, Jets, Eagles, Washington football team, the Packers, and Seahawks. And also, you remember, you got that extra game where you got the Titans thrown up in there, too. So let me see when it's saying when the camp is. I want to say it is. If anybody got that information, please throw it in the chat on the camp here. I'm going to see if I can find it. Let me see here. Let me see here. Camp date. I'm not seeing nothing right here yet. Hold on. I think a lot of that's, I don't know if they revealed any of that yet. But let me make sure here. We do another check here just to make sure. Because I see the schedule here, but a lot of that information for the scheduled dates won't be released until later. I don't know if they released the camp information or when the Saints camp is going to start. I don't think that information is available. So that's what I'm getting. So if anybody does have that information, please feel free to share it in the Great Saint Think Tank chat for family members who are looking for that information. But I don't think that information is out yet. All right. So if you do have that, put that information in the chat for the rest of the family so they'll know as well. Thank you. All right. Appreciate the question, fam. All right. Let me see what else we got there. I'm going to take a few more and then we'll leave. Tremosi, I want to celebrate that we control downfield now. That's right. We'll take a squig for that one. All right. Simply Tosh says, well, Q, I would celebrate that. I had a petty free day and it was there you go. Celebrate it. You got to celebrate small victories. Tommy says, good word, Big Q. Preach on, brother. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you being here. Brian Hadley says, Pitt scares me after seeing what Waller did. Yeah, I know, man. I was warning people about Waller. I was telling them, I said, listen, y'all might have not heard of this dude before, but this dude is dangerous. Go back and listen to the preview show that we did right before the game, the Raiders game. And I was warning people when we do our breakdown of the depth chart, I was warning them about, I give 3 players. And I said, listen, y'all better watch out for this dude. This dude is such and such. And then we got tore up by him. We got up against Jalen Hurts. We did the preview. I said, listen, fam, Jalen Hurts, this, that, and the third, this, that, and the third. We got tore up by Jalen Hurts. So, I mean, it's like, you know, you scout these teams, you know, where they're good at and which players can affect the Saints. So we knew that Waller would give problems because we had problems covering the tight end. And they took advantage of that until Quan Alexander came down here and neutralized that. Then you seen the Saints defense went to another level. The secondary was still struggling, but the front 7 was playing a lot better, but they were taking resources from the secondary to cover the fact that we could not cover the tight end. So when they got Quan, it all changed, you know. And really the game against Tampa Bay, the first one, Quan didn't play in that game against Tampa Bay. Alex Anzalone was there and had one of his best games of the season. You know, after the Quan Alexander trade, he had an actually pretty decent game in that matchup when we destroyed Tampa Bay, the week 9, what was it? The week 9 matchup. Yeah, the week 9 matchup. Quan didn't play. It was Alex in there. And he played one of the most solid, respectable games of the season. Maybe he had an incentive to do because of the trade. You know, he knew he was going to lose his job after that, but he put in a pretty decent out in that game. All right, Slim South says, I see us with 10, 11 wins this season. All right, thank you, Slim South. Muse says, I'm noticing that less than half of y'all have pressed the like button. Please strike upon the like button, family. It helps out the stream. It's free. You just touch the button and it lights up. What's up, brother Damien? He says, just getting off work. I see y'all. He says, I'm all the way late, but I'll be back in the rewatch. 100. Thank you, Damien. Brother Damien in the building. Who that to you, fam? State of the Pelicans. What's up, DJ? Good to see you in the chat as well. And big ups to the rest of the family members. Now, fam, listen. That'll be it for the show. Like I said, I wasn't going to hold you too long, baby. I said around about 70 minutes. And we are at that mark right now. We're at the 70-minute mark. So I'd like to thank all of the beautiful Black and Gold family members for chiming in on this edition of the show. On Wednesday Saints Talk, we had a blast. I hope you had fun. Like I said, it was a fantastic Monday, hump day. Tomorrow's Thursday. 2 days closer to the weekend, baby. And, you know, that's when we have a lot of fun. What's up, Seth? Seth says, Q, don't know if you heard Josh Hill retiring. Yes, we covered it early on, my friend. We covered that as well. Thomas says, I'm with you on the prediction. The Saints should come out this season angry, hungry, and eagle-eyed focused. Yeah, I hope so, bro. I hope so. With this young talent, we should be quite defeated. A lot of people are giving the Saints 6 and 7 wins. I don't know how and where that's coming from. But obviously, these people don't know about Saints football. They're just a bunch of numbskulls, actually. What's up, brother Quincy? Said the running back from Indiana is going to surprise a lot of people. He's a bowling ball, and you got to always watch out about Saints undrafted running backs. We've learned that lesson, have we? When the Saints get undrafted running backs, you most certainly got to pay attention to him, and this guy is pretty good. He's putting the family members on notice about him. All right, appreciate y'all, and thank you, family members, for joining us in this. Please feel free to hit the like button, subscribe. If you hadn't subscribed, please feel free to join the Patreon at patreon.com/the Pro Media Network, patreon.com/the Pro Media Network. All join our YouTube membership. As you can see, all of these beautiful people that you see scrolling, dozens of people have subscribed to our Patreon or our YouTube membership, and they are recognized in these scrollers right here. And that's what we do. We all big about recognition. We all good about representing the Who Dat Nation and showing love. That's what it's all about. So if you want to join these great people right here, feel free to hit the Patreon. The link is in the description section, patreon.com/the Pro Media Network. Tons of lock content, TSC Q&A live show we do every Tuesday. That's right. We do a special Patreon show on Tuesday, lock content. And for our Patreon people, there is On Q with Big Q, which is a news show that we do where we talk about that real deal Holyfield, baby. Let me tell you something. You know, you got to have it up. You got to have this all together when you listen to that stuff, because it'll throw you for a loop if you're not prepared. So with that being said, we're going to chop out on that. I'd like to thank everybody for joining us in the show. Please feel free to strike the like button as we leaving. Please feel free to do us a service and share that link in your social media, whether it's Reddit, whatever, who cares? I mean, share it with the rest of all of the Saints lovers out there as well, as we continue to grow the great Saint tank. That's what I'm talking about, and the rest of the Who Dat Nation. So with that being said, I'd like to thank y'all for stopping by today. I love y'all. Y'all keep y'all heads up. Y'all keep yourselves in the game, man, and we'll talk tomorrow on our Thursday show. Who Dat? Peace, and I'm out.
Yeah. Well, all right. Like you always say, welcome, welcome, welcome. #1 sports talking D. We ain't like the Falcons. We won't blow the lead. Look, all we talk is who that, who got cut and who back. Rookies in the vets, players you should look at. It's the sports coma, you don't wanna miss it. Got the pre-game, party, post-game statistics. Get a visit from Sway, maybe DC or 5. It's the hottest thing smoking, Big Q and the guys. Go to YouTube Live, make sure you subscribe. Interviews inside the Saints locker room high. Talk to Drew, Jordan, Zach, Peyton, New Orleans, Who Dat Nation. Best believe when I say we bleed gold and black. Ain't a miracle or rivalry could ever hold us back. No, Beastquake, Bounty Gate, let the truth be told. It's the sports coma, all we know is Saints